Well, you stepped in it, now you're stuck in it, and you're going nowhere. What is it? Nothing. You see, we all have purposes. I have a purpose. You have a purpose. What is your purpose? It's not nothing. You see, do nothing, get nothing. But that doesn't necessarily mean that if you do something, you're going to get something. If you pull a gun on somebody and say, give me all your money, there is a possibility they could pull a gun on you and say no. And then you're dead. So, what? If you step in nothing and you believe that you don't have to do anything, so you do nothing, where are you going? Nowhere. You're not going anywhere. You're not getting anything accomplished. So how do you know what you're supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Well, let's do this. If you're born male, you will be a man. I don't care what you do to your body. You will be a man. You might look like a girl or a woman, but you will be a man. That is fact. So, what is a man's job? Well, the man's job is to teach his children how to be responsible, how to have a work ethic, morals, which this country is losing, and general life. Well, what if you're a girl? Well, then you're going to be a woman. I don't care what you do to your body, you are going to be a woman. And you were born with a purpose. And that purpose is to love your children, to show them kindness, to show them affection. That's the job of the woman in the family. Now, too many people think that sex is their primary purpose. I hate to tell you this, but no. Absolutely not. That's not even a secondary purpose. But sex does produce children. And children produce responsibility. And in responsibility is where your purpose stands. So if you think you're just going to go have sex and just ignore everything else, you stepped into nothing. And you are living in nothing, and you are going nowhere. Why not go somewhere? Why not find out how to live life? Learn what your responsibilities are, what your job is, what you're supposed to be doing. The purpose that you were born for. Don't run away from it. Don't go hacking up your body and say you're not who you are. That's a lie. That's outright lie. Transgendering is a lie of Satan. And what you're saying is, you don't want to be a part of mankind. You don't want to believe that man is man. And man has specific responsibilities and jobs and purposes in life. You don't want that. So why don't you go somewhere else and do your evil? Because that's what it is. You're listening to Satan, thinking that, life is about fun. We're supposed to have fun and good feelings and just have a good time. Party hardy, rock and roll. All that. No. Life is very rewarding in that when you follow the purpose you were made for, then your spirit is fulfilled. And when your spirit is fulfilled, then you find you're going somewhere, not sitting idle, going nowhere. And through life, you find things within yourself. And you find out that life is not about you only. Look around. Are there people out there? Why, yes. So how can life be about just you? It can't. Because there are many, many, many people out there that have purposes. Doctors, policemen, manufacturers, the garbage man. Everybody has a purpose in life. And that purpose helps the societies of the world to move forward. That way we don't have garbage all over the place. We can be healed of broken bones and diseases. We can do things that we need to do. Look at the farmer. His purpose is to grow food. He was born to do that. So he grows food. And the accomplishment of growing food, it helps to build him inside in his integrity, in his moral values, in his self-worth, so that he will keep doing it and keep fulfilling his innards, his inside, his spirit, his heart. And in doing that, he grows and he moves forward. And he's motivated to keep growing food so that we can eat and live. And that is his purpose. What is your purpose? The main purpose of a man is to be the disciplinarian and to teach work ethics, morals, and to build the spirit of his children and his wife. Of the mother, her job, her purpose, is to be the nurturer. She is to hold the children, show them affection, and keep them growing, to help the man in running his house. Because it is the man's house, it is the man's responsibility. But the man cannot take care of all the responsibilities that he has. And so, the purpose of the woman is to help the man. That is her responsibility. You want to run away from it? Go ahead. Kill yourself. You're going to die inside if you don't fulfill your purpose. Because your purpose starts from the inside, not the outside. Sure, your body feels good at times, but then your spirit feels better if you fulfill your purpose in life. So what is your purpose? What is it? Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and these things shall be added unto you. So, see, in the beginning, when God made Adam, the first thing he gave Adam was responsibility. That was before he sinned. God gave Adam responsibility. And after he gave Adam responsibility, he gave him food. Keep him alive. Why not? He's got a responsibility, so you got to keep him alive so he can fulfill his responsibility. Now, you've got a lot of responsibility there, Adam. So I'll tell you what, you need a helper. So God made Eve to help Adam. He didn't make Eve so that they could roll around in the grass all day long doing nothing. They had responsibility, even before the fall. And then after the fall, Adam's responsibility grew. he had to eat by the sweat of his brow. In other words, in order for Adam to eat, he had to work. And in work, he was able to fulfill the need for accomplishment. He accomplished. You can ignore accomplishment and live in nothing. Do nothing, go nowhere. You can do that. It's the way. But then you're relying on people to keep you alive. That's kind of lazy. That's irresponsible. That's disrespectful, really. But then you can disagree with what people say. And you can say, well, I don't want to hear what you say, so I'm going to kill you. Even though what you say is the truth. You say the truth, I don't want to hear it. So rather than changing my way, I'm going to get rid of the noise. Living in nothing, going nowhere. Well, you'll go to prison, but hey, why not? You can live life out in prison. You can still have sex in prison, right? Well, that's not the way to live life. That's the way to die. Because you're going to die inside and you're going to die outside. And you're going to think that you're still the only one on earth that matters to anything. And so you're going to live your little life in nothing, about nothing, going nowhere.